Hi, I'm Carol Ann Brayley, also known as SSP Yoda. I offer a safe and sound protocol and specialize in providing a gentle and highly effective experience in almost all situations to even the most sensitive people. A question that I am very often asked is what kind of things can I do during SSP listening, or what can my child do during SSP listening? So, generally speaking, we would like with SSP for as much of that person's attention as is possible for them to be focused upon actively listening to the music rather than just passively hearing it. That's never going to be perfect. I can pretty much promise you that most little kids are not going to be working really hard to focus only on hearing it. I can also tell you that when I do SSP with my dogs, they sleep through most of the process and they still have wonderful results. However, in order to maximize potential improvements, we would aim for people actively listening. So, for that reason, other than using screens like a phone or a laptop or a tablet in order to connect with other humans we feel safe and comfortable with during listening, we otherwise ask people to avoid using them while they are listening to SSP music. We also ask people to avoid reading or writing while listening to the music because those things tend to take too much of our focus away. However, we very much encourage things like slow, gentle movements, like stretching. If the listener is comfortable with it and enjoys it, cuddling and affection and anything like that that expresses support very much will support the SSP listening process because it helps to activate social engagement systems, which is part of what we want to see during SSP. We also encourage people to do things like doodle coloring, drawing can be really good if people enjoy that. Sensory things like using kinetic sand can be very wonderful with SSP. Fidget toys, preferably ones that aren't noisy, can be useful. Playing with little toys, like really almost anything is fine to do during SSP as long as it doesn't take a lot of our attention away. And ideally, that it doesn't make a lot of noise because we prefer a quieter environment during listening. So it really can then become a lot easier to integrate. People will say things like, there's no way my child's going to sit still to listen to the music. That's okay. They don't need to sit still. And actually, moving during listening is one of the ways that people can stay better regulated. Even just standing while listening may help their physiology to feel safer than if they are sitting, because just that little bit of movement in the system that is required in order for us to stay upright can help with regulation, as can the amygdala's awareness that, you know what, if there was a predator coming, I am more able to protect myself while I'm standing, or I can get away, versus if I was sitting down and feeling more vulnerable. So SSP is about more than just listening to music, and no matter what we do, it's going to produce exactly the same results. It's more about supporting our physiology to feel safer during the process. And I will say that if somebody enjoys just sitting and listening to the music and not doing anything else, multitasking, that's wonderful too. And many people say to me that they feel that part of the benefit for them came from having these little moments of time where they have carved out to just listen, and there's actually nothing else that they have to do during that process. So for people who enjoy that, that's fantastic. For other people for whom, their physiology doesn't do stillness or calmness very well, and they're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm feeling so agitated, I just want to do something, it's better to do something else. And of course, to be curious about, is that agitation about not having something else to do, or is it a sign of dysregulation showing up already during listening? So it can be complicated, but generally, there's plenty of things that we can do during SSP listening. And the best approach is to do whatever helps you or your child to feel as relaxed and comfortable as possible. Thank you.